Hi there everybody, Natasha Wilkinson here, your independent Scentsy consultant from Mount Isa, Australia. So, we have come to the end of the month, which means it is time to delve into my collection of Scentsy empties. So, this is what I have been using Scentsy-wise for roughly the last week and a half. I did come on a little bit late, mid-month through, and do my mid-month empties a little bit later than usual. So this is probably not as full as it normally would be, although I still did get through quite a fair bit, even though it's not as full as what I would normally say it would be. I still got through a fair bit in a week and a half. So we're going to go through it though, because we're at a new month. We're the 2nd of September here in Australia, so I can get ready to start filling her up for September. So let's talk about what I have been using. As usual, I'm going to try and do non-wax products first. So I have 2 packets of cotton cleanups. I've gone through one and I've just opened the second one up. So I use these to clean out my larger warmers. They're a bit too big for the mini warmers, but one of these will probably clean out 2 to 3 of my large warmer dishes, depending on how many wax bars, depending on how many cubes of wax I have popped in that warmer. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the Lynx Scentsy scent pack that went into Scooby-Doo, which then went straight to my 3-year-old. Now, if you watched my Halloween video of what's coming in Halloween, that launched on the 1st of September, so that launched yesterday with all the Halloween goodies. But you saw me drop one of my warmers and say bye-bye to a 25-watt globe. So this is the globe that popped when I dropped that warmer. The warmer stayed intact, but the globe didn't. So we replaced the 25-watt globe out since I destroyed a brand new globe. And because I have started to set up for Halloween and I haven't turned them on to show you, but I will have to turn them on for the next video. So I put the orange globe in the Haunting Good Time Mansion. So that's sporting a orange globe, and the green globe is now sporting the book one behind me. So the green globe went in the under my spell, I think the warmer's called. So that went into that warmer. So let's talk laundries, shall we? So I got a Palm Beach Breeze. I had a couple of crazy birds I could hear. I'm at one end of the house. The birds are in the other end of the house in my son's room, and I could hear them squawking like crazy. So I thought I'd better go check out to see what the deal was, in case one of the cats might have snuck in there. But no, they're just being noisy little birds. So I was going to talk to you about Palm Beach Breeze. So Palm Beach Breeze washer whips. This came in a whiff box, and I brought the laundry liquid to complement the washer whip, so I could basically do a system of Palm Beach Breeze in my washing. I have used this before, and before I have really enjoyed it. The kids somehow broke the pump on this, but before I really enjoyed it. It used to be one of my go-tos in laundry when I was looking for something crisp and fresh. because it is very clean, it is very crisp and fresh. And then I got, and it performed quite well on our clothes here. So it used to be one of my favourites. But then since they've brought out Magnolia Linen, since they've brought out Cloudberry Dreams, and since they've brought out even Fluffy Fleece. So before they brought them out, this used to be probably one of my go-to choices for the laundry, and I used to really enjoy it. This time around I didn't enjoy it as much, and because they brought out those other 3 fragrances after this one, of course I had to try those other 3 fragrances and see their performance and see what they were like. And this now, when I use this, has a sharpness about it that I didn't really notice before. And it's not a scent that I really like. I can kind of smell more of that salty sea note that I didn't smell before. I could smell more of the tropical, fresh, clean before, and I got a little sweetness from that flamingo peach. But now I get more of a sharp, crisp, clean note that I'm not overly fussed about. And I think, honestly, it's because now that I've tried Magnolia Linen, not so much Cloudberry Dreams. I do love Cloudberry Dreams, and it is one that I really, really do enjoy. But I wouldn't necessarily put Cloudberry Dreams in that clean, crisp, or clean laundry category. But Fluffy Fleece and Magnolia Linen still have that really clean laundry note, but with an added sweetness about it. So Magnolia Linen has that floral sweetness, as does Fluffy Fleece. And I think because it's got that little bit of a sweetness, it doesn't come across as sharp and astringent as what I'm now picking up from Palm Beach Breeze. So while this used to be a favourite of mine, I think I now probably wouldn't purchase it anymore. I'd probably head more towards Fluffy Fleece or Magnolia Linen over Palm Beach Breeze out of what is available now, because I just enjoy them a little bit more. So, speaking of Fluffy Fleece, here is the rest of the laundry I used up in Fluffy Fleece. So Fluffy Fleece laundry liquid, Fluffy Fleece dry discs. Now, don't ask me where these particular scent packs come from. They've got no scent left in them. They probably came from my kids' buddies. They're both Amazon Rain. So as you can see, Amazon Rain is a favourite staple go-to scent for us. It is just a beautiful combination of a tropical, floral, citrus. It's one of those scents for me, Amazon Rain personally. If you're not knowing what you want to warm or what you're in the mood for, or you not knowing what a person would like, this is unique in that it kind of gives you that fresh, it gives you that floral, it gives you that citrus, it gives you a little bit of everything, but they combine really, really well. And now that I'm about to say this, I'm probably going to have people come out of the woodwork and say they don't like it, but I think the majority of people would enjoy this scent. And this is a scent I myself reach for if I'm not sure what I want to warm. I just find this kind of just ticks all the boxes for me. You get that creamy coconut, you get the sweetness from the jasmine in here, you get a little bit of a fruity, citrusy tang at the same time. It's fresh, it's tropical, it's just absolutely beautiful, and so that's probably why we've ended up with 2 scent packs in buddies at the same time, because if I'm buying my child a buddy and I'm like, what scent do I think they'll like, and there's nothing that's kind of jumping out at me, I will go Amazon Rain. It's a good all-rounder, it's not overly strong, and it smells good. So we used up a dish soap in Vanilla Mint. Vanilla Mint isn't my favourite mint scent, to be honest with you, and I think because it has a citrus note in it that I just don't like. If it just had the vanilla and the mint, I would probably enjoy it more, but that citrus note in Vanilla Mint kind of adds a little bit of a sharpness that I'm not the biggest fan of. So that's, what's this? Scent pack, Moana Spirit of Watanui. So that would have gone in Hey Hey. So I did get the kids a Hey Hey buddy. So that's where the scent pack for Moana Spirit of Watanui went. Now, I opened up a travel twist in Vanilla Bean Buttercream and popped it in my handbag. I've only done that about 2-3 days ago, but I am really enjoying its performance so far. I open my handbag and I get this beautiful whiff of Vanilla Bean Buttercream. I love my bakery scents. I can't give you a full review yet because I haven't gone through the full stages of it yet, but when it loses its scent, it will definitely end up back in my empties, and then I can give you my full impressions on our new travel twist and what I think of them. But so far, I'm enjoying it in my handbag. So let's pour. Is that the rest of non-wax besides pods? I think it might be. So let's talk pods, shall we? So, toasted almond, toasted acorn and oak. So this is just a beautiful, creamy, nutty. So you do get that nutty acorn, light roasting note with this, that woodsy, nutty, almost roasted note, but it also comes across bakery and a little bit maple syrup and creamy to my nose. This is just a beautiful scent that I love in cooler weather to snuggle up to. So this was in my air purifier in the lounge room. So that was taken out of the air purifier as it's got tiny little bit of scent, but not enough for the air purifier to waft it through the air. So that was taken out of the air purifier and I replaced it with Pio Mai, which to me is a apple spice scent. It's like you've cut up some apples, chucked them on the stove, mixed your apple pie spices in, and it's the filling from an apple pie. I don't get any crust note from this. I get more the filling of an apple pie when I smell Pio Mai. So that's what's currently in the air purifier now in the lounge. So I had something's had a little bit of a I know what it is. So one of the waxes that I finished off. So air purifier in the bedroom. So this is the air purifier in my bedroom. It did have Mandalorian Air of Adventure in there, and I was saying there was something gooey on it, which is one of the waxes that was a bit gooey. So this was beautiful, but very light. I kind of wish this was a little bit stronger because the Air of Adventure scent is absolutely beautiful. To me, I get a very soft buttermint scent. I know there's supposed to be a eucalyptusy note, but I get more mint than anything. To me, this is just a very calming, soothing scent. If I don't want something too in my face, if I want something soft and calming and soothing, I will reach for the bars in this. I still do have a few. I don't think I have it in my Scentsy Club. I toyed with putting it in my Scentsy Club and keep taking it out because it generally comes back through our Star Wars May the 4th releases or the month before May to be prepped for May the 4th. So it's generally a scent that comes in and out of the Scentsy vault, so I don't normally keep it in my Scentsy Club, but I do generally like to keep a few on hand because it is one of those scents that I reach for when I just want something soft and comforting and soothing and not too in your face. So that was in the air purifier in the bedroom, and because I was in the comforting mood and I took out one comforting scent, I replaced it with another comforting scent, or to me I find comforting, and that is new to our catalogue in pods, 100 Acre Wood. So this is a cotton and I think a jasmine scent is what the scent notes describe, but a lot of people, including myself, get a little bit of a lavendery vibe about it, even though the scent notes have nothing to do with lavender. What I get when I smell this, now I get this total picture in my mind of a young baby's nursery or a young baby's bedroom. They've just been, their sheets have just been freshly washed, freshly cleaned, they've been freshly washed and freshly cleaned. So you've got that fresh, clean linen laundry smell, slightly powdery from the powder, baby powder that might be in the nursery. The windows are open, you've got the fresh air wafting through the windows, and there's just the slightest hint of sweetness in the air from maybe some wildflowers or some type of floral that you can smell wafting from the air coming in from outside the window. That's what I get. It's just soothing, soft and gentle, slightly sweet, slightly powdery, fresh and clean. So that's what was replaced with the air purifier in the bedroom. Now, as you can see, I must have been enjoying Mandalorian Air of Adventure. So here's another empty Mandalorian Air of Adventure pods. I think I bought 3 of them when they came out in our Star Wars collection. They need to put this scent into the catalogue full time round because I've got 1 left. So I was really enjoying them. They were in the wall fan diffuser in the laundry and I just didn't want to take them out. But it got to the stage where I had to take them out because there's no scent left in them. So I used them for all they were worth because it's such a beautiful scent. So I did replace that in the laundry with another favourite scent of mine. And it is now available in the catalogue, so I can get as much of this in pods as I want. And that is Polar Bear Hug. This is just fresh and clean and sweet. The notes are caramelized blackberry jam and amber, but honestly, I get like a perfumey, fresh pot puree out of this. It reminds me of going to the botanical gardens as a child and playing in those buckets of pot puree. You get that sweetness, you get that perfumey note, but you get that clean, fresh, almost parfumey note about it as well. Absolutely love Polar Bear Hugs. And then I had in the bathroom wall fan diffuser Coastal Sunset going. So again, with the amber, I have a thing for amber. I admit I have a thing for amber. I just love the warmth and the sweetness that amber brings. It gives like this beautiful combination, warm, cozy, but sweet at the same time. So Coastal Sunset is amber and coconut. So this is kind of that woodsy warmth note you get from amber, but then that added coconut to it adds a very fresh, tropical, summery vibe. So This is kind of my summery go-to scent when I'm still wanting that warm sandalwood amber type vibe, but wanting to make it more summery. This is what Coastal Sunset brings to the table for me. Absolutely love, 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 love it. Oops, and I'm throwing it everywhere. It's got a tiny bit of scent left, but not enough to get the juices going, so I did replace that in the bathroom with cucumber and cactus water from our last Good Vibes collection here that we had. This is fresh and green, not my favourite, but it gives that clean, fresh smell that I do like in bathrooms and laundry. So they are the pods. So let's talk about wax, shall we? So this is the wax I got through in the last week and a half. So I got through in the living room open concept area 2 bars of Halloween Town. Absolutely love this scent. It's rich, it's deep, it's sweet, it's earthy. Perfect for this time of year coming into Halloween. To me, it's a good bottle of red wine, and you can still smell that sweet, oaky from the wine barrel or the cork as well. So you get that woodsy note mixed with the just earthy, sweet, rich, deep red wine. Absolutely love in my Scentsy Club. It is currently available and out of the vault, but I will never be without this scent. This is a staple for me all winter round. It is one of those ones I do warm more in the cooler weather, but I will stock up and I will hoard this for winter. I go through about 10 bars normally through the winter season. I was down to 1 before it came back out of the vault, and that was me getting 1 every 3 months in my Scentsy Club. So I had stocked up a stockpile of 10. I was still getting it every 3 months and still using it. So I would have had to have used at least 10 this winter season, because I just love it that much. Another one that I go through like crazy 9 months of the year, and I use 1 or 2 bars up this time around. Must have only been 1 bar. So is Jack's Obsession. I think I had this in the, yes, I only used 1 bar up. So I actually had this going in the kitchen at the same time as I had this going. Now, I've never actually mixed these scents before. I've heard of consultants and watched a few videos where they've mixed them, but I normally mix this with a different scent, and I normally mix this with different scents. I've never actually tried mixing the 2 before, but as I said, my kitchen area, which we're facing the side here, and then in front of me is my open concept laundromat. So they bleed into each other and there's no doorway between them. So the scents will mingle in the air if I'm warming something different in the kitchen to the lounge room. So I had this going in the kitchen, this going in the lounge room. The combination of these 2 in the air were really, really pretty, and they complemented each other really, really well. It kind of added a little bit of a brightness and a sweetness to the Halloween Town, and then the Halloween Town to the Jack's Obsession kind of gave it more of that spicy oomph, I guess. But I really did enjoy the combination that these 2 had in the air at the same time. And the scents that I just absolutely love, and it will be my Scentsy Club forever. Jack's Obsession is a green apple cider scent. It is really, really good. So then in the open concept area, I had 2 bars of another one that's in my club, Just One Bite, the Evil Queen. So this is from our Villains collection. This is another apple and spice scent. So instead of going the green apple and spice like Jack's Obsession, This is heading towards a richer red apple, but there's molasses added to this that kind of takes on and adds a depth, a richness, a sweetness, and almost baking type smell. So it's not apple stewing or apple and spice stewing on a stove. It's got almost like this rich, sweet, bakery, mapley kind of note added to that apple and spice. It is very unique and very different when it comes to an apple and spice scent, and I will never be without that one either. I really love that one as well. So, going at the same time with that kind of bakery rich thing, I added, and this is what's made the mess in the pots, caramel sugar cone in the kitchen. So caramel sugar cone is a rich, syrupy toffee, but it's the toffee that you dip your apples in. So it's not a chewy toffee or a butterscotch toffee. It's more the syrupy toffee and glaze that you put over fruits or put over a creme brulee, which has that really high sugary, syrupy note about it. This is in my Scentsy Club. Now, I did get another one, so I do have another one. I get it once every 3 months, and this is the one of the scents that I like to use to mix with an apple scent to try and recreate here in Australia a like caramel apple craze type scent, because we don't get caramel apple craze here in Australia, and it does create like a caramel apple scent when I am mixing it with. But as you can see, I've got one more in my stash which has only just come, and so this is less than 3 old and it's already very goopy. So as much as I like it, I'm wondering whether I should keep it or not, because it just goes goopy really, really quick. And there are other toffee scents I can use to create that caramel apple craze type note. It's not one, like, it's nice on its own, but it is very sweet and cloying, even though it's a lighter sweet and cloying. And I honestly don't know that I reach for it as much as I'd want to reach for it, if I'm making sense. So this one could be on the chopping block. I just haven't quite decided on that one yet. So, laundry and bathroom area, I went through the All Is Well Vitamin Inhale. This is very fresh, almost has like a soapy quality about it, mixed with that fresh green note. So it comes across fresh, airy and soapy at the same time, if that's making any sense. Not my favourite from the All Is Well collection. I think I've now gone through 3 out of 5. I think I've still got to try 2 of them, but I've never really been one for those fresh, soapy scents, to be honest with you. And I think for a bathroom or for a laundry, it's very pretty. It gives me that clean, fresh vibe that I like in those rooms. I don't hate it, but I'm not in love with it. It's not Scentsy Club worthy, and it's probably not a repurchase for me personally. The next one that also went through the laundry and bathroom was Wally. So this was a sharp green fresh note. It did have a little sweetness come through from the green apple in it, but not enough for me to enjoy. I got a lot of the sharp green fresh cut grass note from this, and if it didn't have the apple, I probably wouldn't have liked it at all, to be honest with you. I think that apple in here was a saving grace that just added a little bit of sweetness for me to tolerate it in that area. So this isn't a repurchase for me. But for those of you that love fresh cut grass, fresh green notes, and I know a lot of people do love those type of scents, they're just not ones for my nose. So I can see this appealing to a lot of people, it's just not up my alley. And that was Wally. So 100 Acre Wood, I have this going in the bedroom to give me that soothing vibe. I did explain what 100 Acre Wood smelled like with the pod, so I put this in at the same time of the pod. It's that clean, fresh, crisp cotton, a little bit of powdery sweetness, floral, beautiful, soothing, fresh and comforting at the same time. So the weather here is starting to shift and change. We're starting to get a little bit of a warmer weather, so which is why you're probably seeing winter and then green and then fresh scents coming through here. So it's kind of a melody of different scents here. So I'm not quite ready for the full-on heavy summer fruity scents, but there are some days that are a little bit warmer and the heavy bakery scents or the heady woody scents are just a little bit too heavy for me. So I'm looking for transitional scents that kind of fit the vibe for a transitioning weather, if that makes sense. So one that I did try out, which was suggested by Melissa Johnson on her Mix It video, was Silver Bells, which to me is a transition scent anyhow, because it's fresh, minty, kind of cleans the palette when you're ready to switch over. And I mixed it with Blueberry Rush. So this was suggested in her Melt It Mix It's video for kind of like an iced berry. And I wouldn't have thought to do this, and it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful, and it is the perfect transitional scent because Blueberry Rush is fresh, it is bright, it is fruity, and on its own very summery. But mixed with that minty scent, it brings back that winter. And it brings back that crispness. So it's almost gave me like an icy, fruity smell. And it was beautiful, but it wasn't summery. It still screamed wintry, it still screamed that type of weather, but it wasn't heavy. So it was a perfect transition scent. It was sweet, it was fresh, it was cool. I could almost feel that icy vibe going with this mixture. It was absolutely beautiful. I will definitely be doing it again. I only have 2 Blueberry Rush left because I didn't put it in my club. But we have Berry Bright as a catalogue staple here in Australia, and Berry Bright is very similar to Blueberry Rush and Aladdin 3 Wishes. So Aladdin 3 Wishes is no longer available either. But if you had either Aladdin 3 Wishes, Blueberry Rush, or got Blueberry Bright from the catalogue, you could do this mixture. Silver Bells is still currently available in our clearance section. It did not come back. As I'm recording this video, I do believe it's still available anyway. It did not come back in our catalogue. But if you wanted to try this mixture or similar, my suggestion would be Silver Bells with Berry Bright, which is, as I said, this is in the clearance section. This is Berry Bright, not Blueberry Rush. Berry Bright is in the catalogue. So if you wanted to try a mixture that would be similar, that would be my suggestion on why you can still grab both. Once Silver Bells sells out of the clearance section, it will be gone, so you would need to have it in your club to get access to it. Unfortunately, I have it in my club. I will never be getting rid of it from my club. It is kind of my go-to minty scent in transition weather. It is my go-to when I want something clean and minty, what I reach for. And then last but not least, in my empties, I currently have in the lounge room area, we've got a bit of a drizzly rainy day, so we're back to winter again. I have 2 bars of Blue Christmas going. Now, I still have 4 bars in my stock. I went ham over this when it came in the clearance section and got a heap of them. I also had it in my Scentsy Club. I did take it out of my Scentsy Club because to me, this is my Christmas scent. This is the scent I warm through December, Christmas Eve, but it's also a perfect winter scent. It's just that it's Christmas in a bar. And it's coming back, I do believe, in our Sense of the Season collection later on in November, I think. Or October, November, somewhere like that. It's coming back at some stage in the Sense of Season collection. It has been in the Sense of the Season collection last 2 years. And I can see why. It is just Christmas in a bar. It is Christmas tree mixed with just the right amount of cinnamon and spice to give you a Christmas tree, but give you that sweet, spicy vibe that you could imagine. Like here in Australia, Christmas is in the middle of summer. So, but this is what I'd imagine a winter's Christmas smell like. Absolutely love it. As I said, I've got still quite a large stash left, but it's warm and comforting in drizzly rainy weather like this, which is why it is currently going in my warmers. And the fact that it's coming back, as much as I love it, I'm going to end up with a miry stash if I don't start using what I have. So 2 bars of Blue Christmas for me to enjoy and savour at the moment. And then come Christmas time, I'll probably break out some more bars, but I did want to start using up some of my older stock because I do know some of the newer stock will be coming when the Sense of the Season gets released later this year. And last but not least, the 2 oils I have worked on in the last week and a half have been Awesome Apple, which is basically a spiced apple scent, and cinnamon, cherry and vanilla. So again, you get in the beautiful bakery spices and the sweetness from the cinnamon cherry. We have access to our holiday collection bricks soon, and one of the scents in that, which was from our December whiff box last year. Yes, I was one of the crazy consultants that bought more than one December whiff box just to get that exclusive maraschino cherry cookie bar, more than one of them, because I wanted more than one maraschino sugar cookie bar. So I'm glad it's coming in a brick. But this cinnamon cherry vanilla is going to be the perfect complement to that bar or brick, let's just say. So I can't wait to get diffusing that with that bar when it comes. So that was my empties. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Until then, bye for now.